Hello, everyone, and welcome to A Call to Adventure, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast that brings together this wonderful group of friends to go on adventures, tell stories, fight, win and lose battles, build relationships with the world and with each other, and have a laugh, and perhaps shed an occasional tear whilst doing so. We are playing a homebrew campaign with many homebrew additions and rules, so please bear in mind that whilst watching. We're here to have a good time, and we use D&D 5th edition as a foundation for that, but it's not as an absolute by any means. This is a recorded show, so we're not live when you watch us on Twitch or wherever else we might stream, but we will. That does give us the chance to kind of sit in the chat and watch it with you guys, which I think will be a nice experience. No, my name is Bard, and I'll be your DM. Players, if you'd like to give your own name and maybe your characters' names as well. Don't worry about descriptions right now. Just give your names and your characters' names.
I'll go first then. My name's Ben, or Beej, as most of you refer to me in here. And my character's name will be called Drax.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Johnny, and I'll be playing the character of Mort.
Hey there, my name is Dan, and I'll be playing the character of Nomad.
Hey, I'm Natasha, and I will be playing Tanith.
My name is Fudge. I need to make sure I'm right and as close as I can. And I'll be playing a human character named Jax.
Awesome.
Hey.
All right, thank you. So before we start, I'll pass you over back to Johnny, who has some shout-outs and thank yous to say.
Let me just get them up on Messenger here. Right, we've got some thank yous. Firstly, we're going to thank this handsome chap, Johnny Leach. That's me. For doing all the portraits and the artwork and stuff. And then we're also going to be thanking Dungeon Alchemist, in which the encounter maps were designed. Also, Wonder Draft for the world maps, Foundry as the tabletop setting thingy, and the tokens, which are from Forgotten Adventures. All the links and stuff are down below. Also thanking Chris Frost and Ivan Duch. Duch or Duke?
Duch, I think. That's how I read it. But
Ivan Duch.
We'll find that out.
For the music.
Apologies if not.
And also, please do check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch channels, depending on which of those you're watching right now. And please feel free to subscribe to our Patreon if you wish to support us. We'll be adding some cool exclusive stuff there, and eventually
Plushies.
eventually we'll have some cool things up there.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, those are some great tools there that we use to design like maps and stuff like that. There. Links for everything down below. So awesome. Okay.
Makes
I'd also like
D&D
to
easy.
add a massive thank you to all of the players at our virtual table. We've had a lot of fun playing leading up to this, and it's something I know we've all been excited about for a long time, but I wanted to say thank you to all of you guys for your efforts and help in making this happen and getting the wheels turning with this project. So, without further ado, wait.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
So, without further ado, let us begin our very first session of A Call to Adventure.
Ace. I like it.
Oh, that's very good.
I could just mark my roof with my pen.
Just get some...
We should all get sunglasses so we can all take them off in sync.
When we say that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it if the delay kicks in just then.
If
Yeah.
we get multiple pairs, we can take them off many times for dramatic effect.
Call. 2.
Welcome to Eden. In the year 372 UA, Unum Anima. Anima, a continent to the northeast of standard maps of the known world of Eden, hosts 3 proudly unique yet devoutly united nations under the banner of its empire, the Septus Imperium. To the west lies the nation of Ursa. Forests of fine and strong wood and mountains rich with precious ores and minerals make Ursa a hub for the greatest craftspeople in all of Anima. The capital, also called Ursa, is run by Countess Olivia Ollivander, of whom the people of Ursa are very fond. The Countess keeps the people's spirits high with grand festivals and crafting contests, and she regularly visits smaller settlements in the region to settle disputes or help with issues personally. Ursa is responsible for making armor, weaponry, and ships for all of Anima, who in return provide goods and trades to support Ursa's continued growth. But more on Ursa later. To the north stands the nation of Drakenhold. Its high altitudes leave its forests and mountains steeped in ice and snow, with settlements scattered throughout the land, home to those with the will brave enough to brave its harsh environments. Tribes of spell sages and casters, meddlers in the arcane and esoteric, drawn to a place where magic seems to bellow like the cold ice winds. Its capital city, Castell, is embedded in an impossible fortress-like mountain range that stretched from coast to coast, like an enormous natural barrier between Anima and the lands above it, Draken Hollow, an uncharted place of deep mystery that has given birth to many a woeful fable and in the people of Eden, particularly in Anima. Any expedition to the lands above has ne'er had a return journey, save for the few that have turned tail and returned from their venture unable to cross the mountain range, babbling tales of misfortune, curses, and battles with dragon-like creatures that patrol the deadly peaks. Of course, a real dragon has not been seen in Eden for well over 300 years, though their cousin species still roam in the most dangerous of places, and that this is. High stakes, then, for a city carved into this treacherous mountain range, but their defences are nigh unmatched, for Castell is the hub of Arcana in Anima, home to Patira Academy, where the sharpest, wisest, and most influential minds go to expand their understanding of magic and its weave. The capital city is run by High Mage Valen Hawks, head of the Arcane Inquisition, a group responsible for investigations and advancements in the understanding of magic. But more on Drakenhold later. Central to Anima is Terra. Fertile farmlands and plentiful fishing docks mean an abundance of food, which has led to great prosperity for many, though many outside of the major settlements still live in relative poverty. The abundance of food and wealth has been channeled primarily into training an unrivaled military that utilizes weapons and ships from Ursa and magic and technology from Drakenhold to bolster its forces. These forces provide security both in Anima and the oceans that surround it, protecting trade ships from pirates and other threats. Terra's capital city, Sanctus, is a home to Anima's beloved and respected emperor, Emperor Lucian Salvator, whose reign has only furthered Anima's union and prosperity. Sanctus, also known as the Holy City, is known for its sense of peace and security, which is seemingly unmatched by any other city in Eden. Crime in Sanctus is a fool's errand and is sure to be met with the swift response from the Golden Garrote, the city's elite guard who investigate thoroughly and resolve harshly. Although the city is diverse with many races and cultures coming together, there are restrictions on what religions can be practiced within its border. Those who do not worship the pantheon of the Seven are welcome to the city, but their practice of other religions are not. Though our story starts in Terra, It doesn't start anywhere as spectacular or fancy as Sanctus. No, this is a tale of more humble beginnings. Deep in the farmlands of Terra lay a number of scattered rural towns and settlements known as the Greenbelt. One of these towns is Bram, a quaint and quiet farming town nestled away in the middle of somewhere. The town of Bram and its inhabitants wait now, with bated breath, like so many others all across Eden. For tonight is a very special night. Tonight is the night of the Septem Noctis, a celestial event where the sky is lit by the dazzling and radiant light of 7 stars, each representing a separate god in the pantheon of the 7. Bram, like many other towns and cities, is holding a festival in celebration of the event. We'll check in with that later. First of all, I would like to direct your attention to Bram's beloved Hollow Hearth Inn, where 5 unlikely, unseemly, and perhaps unfortunate figures begin to converge. Not the largest of inns, though subjective to the cosy and petite cobblestone houses that surround it, it appears large to those who know no different. Well built with wooden beams and sound red stone structure, well presented with clean windows and a large placard that reads Hollow Hearth Inn above the dark brown wooden doors that lead in off the dusty rural road outside. Well kept. Inside, low light seeping in from the windows as a midday spring sun illuminates its cozy interior of tables and chairs carefully spaced out across the main floor of the tavern. The low beam ceiling hangs with lanterns and decorative foliage. It's only midday, yet the tavern is already filled with a variety of characters, some awaiting the upcoming festival, others unknowingly awaiting something else entirely. A whisper on the winds of fate, an echo from a buried past, a cry for help from a future unwanted, a call to adventure. Beach,
Hello.
can you please describe your character, who is sat by himself currently at one of these tables?
Okay. So I guess sat relaxed back with a horn, a tankard, like a beer in his hand. You will see a young dwarf between 30 and 50, quite unsure. You have to ask him. Sat there with a nice green overcoat, green and black checkered overcoat, diamond shapes, not squares, with a nice leather and fur lined kind of shoulder padding for it. You will be able to see an axe slung to his side. Quite modest, not overly dressed. Probably the nicest thing on him is his jacket, which would be his favourite. He's got one epic beard, like one other person in this video, and adorned with beautiful beard rings. That's what I meant. Yeah, and a top knot as well. Piercing green eyes with a scar over his left. And then that's it pretty much. Probably just sat back drinking.
Okay. And as you do, hang on, let's change this music up. Let's get something a bit more tavern-y. Yeah. And as you are drinking, there's excitement in the air around you in the tavern. There's families there. There's people from, seemingly from all over. They can't all be from this from this town. Yeah, it's happening.
Seems busy around me.
Seems pretty busy. Yeah.
No weirdos around me staring at me while we're this early on.
So you want to do a perception check?
Yeah, I do.
For now.
I'll get the first roll in. Have I noticed a certain someone come in yet?
No.
We'll have a glance around anyway. Perception, yeah?
Yeah. So just see if anyone's watching you.
Yeah. A 10, so who knows? Pretty drunk.
Yeah, you don't catch anybody watching you. When you're looking around, what you do catch, there's someone else coming in off the road into the tavern. Johnny, would you like to
You,
describe what he sees?
of course, sort of nervously coming into the bar, sort of peeking round, seeing what all the fuss is about. Is this rather tall? He has to stoop to get in. He's about like 6.5 feet tall, big, quite lumbering, quite pale. He hasn't got any shoes or socks on. He's just got these bare, ragged feet. And he looks absolutely filthy. Just people are sort of like, oh, jeez, when he goes past. He absolutely reeks. He doesn't seem to notice. He has this sort of ragged leather jerkin on, which is open. And he's just got his sort of scarred up, muddy chest on display. He's got this pair of patched breeches, which are barely holding together, just tied with what is quite a nice sort of flowing green and silver sash. And he's got this big, ragged, floppy straw hat on. And you can't quite tell for certain, but things are like moving on him a little bit. Like, you swear you saw a little bird like flutter around his head and then disappear. And he's sort of just tentatively looking around. You see that he's quite young. He's like 19, 20 years old. Sort of pudgy, innocent little face, big eyes, long, ragged hair with twigs and shit in it. He's got a sensible little knotted handkerchief around his neck. And, I mean, the most striking thing of all is probably the, like, duck that he's holding under one arm. He's holding a duck under one arm, and it looks like he's talking to it. Sort of wanders in, whispers something to his duck. Just wanders in a bit further, just looking around, rather clueless. Every so often he'll talk to a patron like, excuse me, I don't suppose... Never mind. Eventually, his eyes settle on a certain dwarf at a bar that seems to be looking back.
Just literally be staring at this.
Oh,
Try not to pay attention.
hello? Looks down at his duck. I don't think he's interested, though.
I'll put my hand up.
Oh, no, you were right. Hello, sir. Hello, thank you. Thank you for paying attention and all that.
Can I help, mate?
Oh, well, my friend here, she says that you look trustworthy. And I was, she's got the sharper brain and all that, so I just thought I'd, just find someone with a friendly face that, I'm a bit lost, see? And, I don't really know where I am.
What? What's your plan? I can't do my voice now.
I don't. He has an awkward look with his duck. I don't know if I really have a plan, so to speak.
Oh man, just wait. I'm just waiting for a good mate of mine.
Oh, right. Well, I'll wait with you.
You're more than welcome to join me. You are more than welcome to join me.
Puts his duck on the table. This is nice, isn't it? This pub.
Seems good enough. Beer's beautiful.
Beer. Can I have a beer?
I'll look at the barkeep. Wait, we're at the bar or we're at a table?
You're at a table, apparently. There is a barkeeper, as you might expect. Behind the bar behind this pristine bar, stands a tall, slender, middle-aged man with balding dark brown hair and a handlebar moustache and bearded chops. He wears a white shirt neatly tucked in under a brown waistcoat, and he meticulously cleans glasses, holding each one up to the light to aid his cleaning. So you just kind of... just kind of cleaning away.
Barkeep,
Yeah?
one Dracton Brown for this one.
For me. Oh, sir.
Well, you
that's
are.
too kind.
I'll just pop and get that.
You know what? I've never had a drink before.
You'll be fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
It's all a bit naughty, isn't it? It's like being up after dark when your mum's looking for you, isn't it?
How old are you?
No, I'm gonna have to pass on that one, I'm afraid.
Old enough to drink?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I should say so. I've certainly drunk other things before.
You'll be
Mastered the
fine.
art by now.
You'll be fine, my friend.
Very nice, very nice. You've got nice, comfy seats, haven't you, in this world? Nice, comfy, sturdy seats.
I'm gonna think about that word he used then and just glaze over it.
You hear like a almost a disciplinary quack come from your lab.
Oh, sorry.
Moments later, the barman comes over and places your drinks on your table. So on your tab, is it, sir?
Yeah, put it on mine.
All right. Kind of eyes up more for a second. Oh, that's a lovely duck.
Oh, thank you. I'll tell you said so.
Thanks. All right, if you need anything else, it'll be over there. Just kind of makes his way back over to the bar. Back to you.
So is he like your servant?
No, he owns the place.
He owns
This
the
is-
place.
This is his, all his.
And yet you order him around.
That's the service they provide. You pay gold and they bring you things.
Oh, I
Have you
like
never
that.
been to an inn before?
I might have done once when I was very small. Maybe. I can't
Right.
recall, to tell the truth. It's nice though. I like it so far.
I'm just going to be staring at Duch a little bit. I think while just drinking my own drink for a
I
moment.
sort of push the duck aside a little bit.
Well, what's with the duck?
You know what? I've forgotten her name momentarily.
Shit. Where is it?
I actually have. Like, was it Tarka? That's it,
Okay.
right?
Hold on.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Her name's Tarka. She likes to keep to herself, and I don't think she'd like me saying any more than that, to be honest with you. I sort of look at her for approval. Yeah.
She's just gone and tilts her head happy.
So you're saying
Oh,
that
and barkeep, some bread for the dock, if
Yeah.
you will.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Maybe I'll start one of those what do you call them, tabs of my own. Put things on it like you have.
I'm sure you could put the bread on the tab.
Is it like a table then?
Have you ever paid for anything before?
Oh, I've paid for things, my friend. I've
With
paid for
gold?
things. Oh no, never with gold. No, I haven't had much use for gold where I've been.
Okay. The tabs Tabs are usually built with gold.
Oh, fancy place.
So a little time passes with you two, and
A
as
very awkward conversation.
as it does, great. As it does, more people come in and out of the tavern, but perhaps specifically relevant to you, Drax, and by extension, now you two more. You see a familiar face, accompanied by an unfamiliar face, come in through the tavern door.
You're gonna see Drax for a second get up and then notice, and then not move for a second.
So we'll start with the unfamiliar face. We'll start with Nomad. Do you want to describe what they see when you come in?
Yeah, so as Nomad's walking up, you notice he's wearing a blue headdress, and you can kind of see his elven ears poking out from the side. He has this kind of faded look on his face. His eyes are quite piercing. They kind of glow a little with yellow and little bits of red along the sides of his iris, but his pupils are slits. They don't look humanoid. He's wearing like armor. He has some shoulder what do they call it? Pauldrons, yeah. A spiked pauldron on one side and like a black cape on the other. And he's just holding his a rapier, kind of like a bit of a walking stick, kind of dragging it along the ground as he steps. Doesn't look very happy. He looks exhausted, really, and you can see a strap across his like a chest strap across his armor, with a couple vials of what look like blood strapped to it. Another thing you'll notice is on his arms and his legs, you see some bandages, but mostly scars. So he's kind of tried to hide them with his cape, but there's still like scars all over his legs and his arm. And yeah, he doesn't really look that present, to be honest. Looks like he's very much in his head, and yeah, as he walks up and looks in to see that there's a bar, there's a slight kind of sigh of relief in that he's coming to a place that he knows he can chill.
Okay. And Jax, do you want to describe your character?
Hell yeah. So so you see a human about 5'10", but if you asked him, he'd probably say he was about 6 foot tall. He has a like a black bolero on, positioned in such a way that no matter where you're kind of stood as you try and make eye contact with him, it's always as if he's just below the beak. I would need to kind of raise it to make eye contact with you. He has a black leather duster on. It's opened. Underneath is like a black and white jerkin. The duster runs the whole way down his body length. On one side, you'll notice along the bottom, it's scorched. It's had its fair wear, but it's still kept in good condition. He likes to make sure that the clothing that he's wearing is of good stature. You'll also notice his hairstyle. He has like a braid down one side, which has a certain item that means a lot to him woven through it. The boots that I'm wearing are half strapped. It kind of gives you a bit of an impression that he likes to make himself look well dressed, but kind of stops caring once it gets closer to the ground. You can see he's put loads of effort in from here and then stopped caring by about knee height. He also has an instrument over his shoulder, which is a hurdy-gurdy. And it looks like it's quite a bit of dust on the travels here. So it's not seen playtime for quite a while. And he leans up against the nomad, says, "Hollow Hearth Inn. I think this is the place." And I start to take a look around and see who's there.
Okay. So first of all, you see an air of like tension arise in this inn as but as Nomad comes in, this blade drawn, dragging it along the ground. There's a bit of a like. There's a few that don't pay any mind. There's some people particularly unfazed by it, which is odd to the environment. But most people are kind of taken a little bit aback by drawn weapon in the bar. But and they kind of look. They're like looking between you. Some people more overtly than others. What you do see is a familiar face amongst these tables.
I think now that I've seen him, probably just push the chair back and just go, "Jax!" really loud across the bar so everyone can hear me.
Hell yeah.
And I'll fucking,
Well,
I suppose, walk up past the bar, just take the first drink I could see. I don't give a fuck who it is. And I was going to walk up and put it in Jax's hand. I'll just throw a gold back.
Thank you.
And I'll just walk up, give Jax a massive hug, then I'll pass him a beer. It's good to see you, friend.
Drax. My smaller brother from a dwarven mother. Bring it close.
It's been too long, friend. It's been
Pull
too
you
long.
in.
Yeah, we'll just hug it out for a
It's
minute.
been far too long. Well, I have somebody that has accompanied me on my journey here from O'Shea. And I turn and look at the nomad. I just know him as the nomad. Nomad? This is my brother Drax that I've been telling you about on the way here.
Ah, this is him. I see. Okay.
Nice to meet you, friend. I'm glad you don't have another name. Resembles the colour you're wearing.
Yes. I go by Nomad.
Jax will get that joke.
Yeah, we kind of look at each other as if to say, like, yeah, you know, we're lucky. It's not that person you're talking about.
Ah, wait.
I was worried for a moment.
What were you?
Yeah, this nomad has
worried
kept me safe.
about?
You'll find out one day, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, you resemble a person that we didn't quite get on with back in our day. But I can assure you, Drax, he is nothing like that fella. And I start like inching us over to the bar.
Oh, that's a good point. Actually, I forgot. I've made a friend back here as well. I'm glad you're here. It's not very very weird. I'll point. I'll just point back at the table.
The quack man? Is this
yeah,
your
it is.
friend?
Here's a duck.
Ah,
I have no
yes,
idea why.
Duck. Hello, Duck man.
Hello. Are these your friends?
I just nod.
That's a good point, friend. I don't think I got your name.
Oh. Well, that's a point. Well, you can call me Mort, I suppose.
Mort,
Maud.
Drax, Jax, and the Nomad.
Nomad.
The Nomad. That's an awesome name.
Dan, are you able to get your volume up a little bit? Just struggling to hear you a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Sounds a bit quiet now.
How about now?
Yeah, that's
All
way
good?
better.
That's, yeah, that's better.
thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing?
Well, there's something a little off about this pretty picture we're painting. There's a lack of alcohol on that table. Mort,
He
another
has
one
the
of
gold.
those.
Um,
I didn't ask if he had gold.
Barkeep.
Mm,
Barkeep.
Yeah. They
Can
just
we have
got,
some more alcohol for this tab,
finishes,
please?
This tab.
finishes serving one person who's on air. Wendy, could use a bit of hand out here. Where's Nathan? Nathan?
I think
Just
just
yeah. You just see a younger, a young boy, maybe about the age of 10ish, come out from behind the bar. He's got kind of fluffy brown hair and brown eyes, freckles, and he's wearing a white shirt and under a brown waistcoat like his dad is. Nathan, help pass drinks out, will you? Sure, Dad. All right. He just kind of hands him some drinks to take out to some of the tables. What was it you wanted? He kind of looks over to you guys now.
A little bit more alcohol for the tab, if you please. Apparently, there is a lacking quantity.
That's for
Okay.
Nodding my head in approval.
Very
Hey,
well
Morgan.
then.
8 more browns on the tab, if you don't mind, tap.
All right, I can sort that out.
Maybe.
Yeah, right.
Maybe
on the
some
tab. We don't
chasers.
want them anywhere else.
yes, I can see some.
Soon enough, the drinks kind of brought round. We have eight ales brought round. Jax, you would recognise this too as a drink ordered by Drax. You would recognise this drink too as a local drink of your hometown of Dracton, and a bitter ale that's brewed there and has found its way here to a fairly nearby town.
Well, ain't the local folk here lucky that they can bless their lips with this kind of ale? I just raise it up to toast my fellow brothers. Clink, clink, blam.
Clink, clink, blam.
Well, this is nice. This is very nice. Do you all know each other, or is this just sort of how it's done?
Yeah, this is everyone. This is how everyone meets.
Oh, I quite like it.
Mort, you seem like you've never been around people like this before.
No, not people. No.
Not people.
No. Been around lots of stuff, but no, people. Not a lot of people.
Okay. Where are you from?
Oh, actually, I was hoping you, as we're such close friends now, might help me. Because I'm looking for a village, and you might know it, to be fair. I was born in this little village, and it's quite small. It had a thatched roof, I believe. There were farms about, and there was a lake nearby. Does that ring any bells at all with any of you?
Well, there are
every
Many,
village
many
and homestead
places
in
like
Ursa.
this.
No, you see, I was afraid of that.
Hmm.
No, the doc warned me that something like that might happen.
Ah,
Well,
your duck.
Oh, aye. Oh,
It
aye.
speaks.
Now you see, I'm not really supposed to. No, it doesn't.
Hear a warning quack
Just-
from you.
Just a normal old duck. It's normal run-of-the-mill duck.
I'm just gonna look at Jax and go, do you see what I mean?
Yeah. I'm kind of just looking at this duck as if, like, I've seen a fair amount of ducks in my life. Does this look
No.
like a normal duck?
It might well just be staring back.
Do you want to do a nature check?
This is just gonna look like a normal duck to me. I mean, it looks like a duck. It quacks like
Is
a
this
duck.
nature check
It is a duck.
Probably gonna be a
probably
duck.
a duck? Is this to check if it's a normal duck
Yeah.
or not? Is that what the
I'm
nature
just looking to
looks
see, yeah, is this your normal
Okay.
average run-of-the-mill duck?
for? Amazing.
Or is this
Looks like it.
Run-of-the-mill pond duck.
It's
run-of-the-mill pond duck?
it's got a little bit more
Ah.
it's got a little bit more personality than your average duck that you would have met, but whether that's just to do with it clearly being like a domesticated in some way, or whether that's because of something different about it, it's hard to tell.
Well, that's a mighty fine duck you have there, Mort. Does it
Nah,
drink?
one of the best.
One of the best.
I sort of share a look with her.
Just sliding over an ale across the table.
I suppose a little bit couldn't hurt. I proffer some ale to my duck.
It's just like looks up at you and then like puts his head over the
Go on, try it.
over
You won't
the
know if you
drink.
don't try it.
Just tilts its head up as you're saying this, and then just ducks its head into the water, lapping up some of this drink.
Ducks do those awesome little like licks and slaps, don't they?
Yeah,
Oh, she bloody loves it.
I see.
I kinda lean
your
over
dog
to Drax
seems
and I'm
to
like-
enjoy.
You were in line.
I know. I should have put my hand up earlier.
Meanwhile, Nomad is just fascinated by this creature slopping up all the all the ale.
Mort's giving her a little stroke while she does so.
Is the duck necking an ale at the moment? This is what we're watching. We're just watching a duck finish an
drinking.
ale off.
It's not necking. It's like it's just it has a little tipple and then kind of scoops its
I was
head
gonna
back.
order it another fucking drink.
Wah, 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 wah.
Like, we need to keep up.
You're all sat around watching this duck drink an ale. When you swear you feel the ground beneath you shake a little. And a bit
What
more.
did they put in these drinks?
And a bit more. The floor are now rattling, and you can hear some of the like loose tables begin to like move on the floor next to you.
Just gonna lift my beer off the table and hold it.
I'm just gonna sit back and relax and enjoy these cheap thrills.
You actually hear a drink from a nearby table just kind of fall off and smash. And you, at this table near you, near an empty chair, you just see this kind of slit of purple light begins to stretch and stretch as the rumbling in the room gets more and more violent. The tables begin to shake, the windows begin to rattle as this portal of kind of purple energy just begins to tear open in the room before you. And through it, dropping into the chair at your table, Tash, would you like to describe Janet?
Okay, so dropping into the chair beside you guys on the table, you see an approximately almost 6 foot tall, sort of elven featured woman with sort of pallid greyish skin that's covered in sort of runic markings, half of them yellow up one side and red on the other side, that seem to be mirroring one another in some way. She has sort of like spiked epaulets on her armor and long flowing like white hair. And one of the more striking features is that she has two rather large, slightly blue and with yellow sort of like flecks, like goldy sort of flecks in it, big curled horns. She has a quarterstaff in her left hand, which has somehow landed quite gently next to her while still in her grasp, and a hempen rope that's sort of hanging off of one leg. Yeah. Other than that, she's just got sort of some jewelry bits and some basic armor and leather trousers and boots, which is a little bit strange for a woman.
Almost as fast as it appears, the portal just closes behind you and left here. Now, everyone in this room is now looking over in you guys' direction. Save for one table.
Yeah, I'm staring at the duck.
Save for one table where there's
That's my kind of guy.
a pair of people sat who seem to be engaged in a kind of this strategic board game with pieces that they seem to be locked into, and they don't even notice, almost don't even notice, or if they do notice, they just don't care that something like this has happened. It's almost striking how calm they are in this situation.
My friends, you don't see this?
Oh, I see it. Sorry.
It's not just me.
Has she just appeared at the table?
See
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Can we help?
Can I roll some kind of perception to have a look around the room and try and figure out where the hell I am for a second? Just some context clues, you know, before I respond.
Help looking at these guys.
Yeah, just do a perception check.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna swirl my drink and look for anything fizzing in it.
Yeah.
So immediately,
How did that
immediately
go?
apparent to you as you're in a bar. It seems to be like a rural place. By like looking around, looking at the types of like furniture and wood and gate, like glimpsing a bit of outdoors and the kind of attire that people are in. It doesn't seem like it's in a city or a major settlement or town. It seems like it's in quite a small rural place. And what town it is, you have no idea. But you also kind of get glimpses of people like moving stuff, which looks like they're setting up for some sort of event outside as well.
Awesome. Okay. In which case, I don't know what you mean. I don't need any help. I just popped in for a pint. You know.
More like dropped in for a pint.
Who are? Yeah, you could say that. Speaking of, where do I get one?
I'll
Second
show
time.
you.
Yeah,
The
more
barkeeper's
an expert.
just jaw dropped, like looking over. Oh right, yeah. I'll go get you a pint then. Do you have
please.
any more
It's
people
been a day.
planning to drop in like that, or?
I was only expecting one person.
Okay. Well, more the merrier, I say. he just kind of goes off and like starts to make a pint precariously. So, yeah,
Okay.
the tavern is bustling. You guys are all sat around this table drinking.
Okay, in an attempt to be nonchalant about what's just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's probably really scratchy. In an attempt to be nonchalant about what just happened, I'm just gonna be like, so, how do you guys all know each other? You all friends or lovers? You know, what's your deal? Deflect.
Well, I think we're friends, I think. Aye, we're friends.
Yeah, you could say that.
And,
I give a nod.
Most people are just rocked up here tonight, but we're all for new things.
Yeah, you all seem like quite an open bunch.
So, I hope it's not rude to ask, but what just happened just then? Just when you popped in like that?
What, when I put the pints on Drax's tab without on this guy's tab without asking? Sorry, that was a bit rude.
Oh no, sorry. No, sorry. No, I shouldn't have asked. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't know. That's not a very intrusive question. Just deflect.
Where did you teleport from? That's what we want to know.
Teleport.
Well, whatever you just did.
I just portaled here for a pint. Where from is a question that I don't know. That's a concept that might be a little bit tricky for me to explain. Just
I can respect that.
let's just say I was elsewhere.
I say we don't
Well,
pry.
I mean, you know, let me get a pint in me first, at least.
Well, I can drink to that.
Before I start spilling all my secrets. It's not my style.
Meanwhile, Nobad is just thinking to himself, is she some kind of fiend? Is she, This is ringing some massive alarm bells.
Tieflings are quite commonplace across Adam, aren't they?
They are, but she doesn't look like any tiefling you've seen before. She
Would
looks
I?
more elven.
I'd recognise a bit of the elf in her.
Yeah, she looks elven, but with these like tiefling outlines, and there are other features to her that are a bit tiefling-like as well.
Including a kind of slightly forked kind of tail, which you haven't actually necessarily seen yet.
I was going to casually lean back in my chair and not stare at your ass, but see if you ever turn.
all of us do it at the same time, right?
And as they do that, I just flick the tail around and use it to grasp the handle of my pint and sort of lift it to my mouth and take a sip, and then just give them like a little tiny wink.
It kind of makes me jealous.
I'm going to lean in close to her a bit. Are you from the Fey realm?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Are you from the Fey realm?
Aye. Are you? That's a good question.
I don't. No, I don't think
What
so.
is your name?
Funny thing if I was, wouldn't it?
Licking his drink.
All right, I'm gonna sort of like look at Mort a little bit questioningly.
Insight check.
Yeah. Wait, can we? Can I do this?
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to insight more.
To just be like, what's going on with this?
Johnny, you roll either a persuasion or a deception, but don't tell us which one. Which I think you can hide your roll somehow.
Yeah, you could do private and then show DM or
roll.
whatever it is.
How do I do that?
It'll drop down tab just above
I
the
see,
box.
yes.
Just go
Public
private.
roll, private. roll.
Nice.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'll let you tell. I mean, you Tanith has beaten the role, so if you want to tell her what she notices.
You see him share a very awkward look with his duck, and he sort of gives this shrug of like, "I'm trying, I'm really trying."
How's the duck looking?
The duck is like,
Wings out. Like, what are you doing?
So,
You've noticed it, the others haven't. You've kind of seen.
can I whisper to Mort? Am I next to him?
Yeah.
I whispered to you.
Cool.
so-
I was hoping.
Unless there's someone like between us.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna lean into Mort and just say, as was referred to in a popular show somewhere I can't explain to you. What's up with the duck? Like,
Oh, she's just a normal old duck. She's just my friend, and she helps me out occasionally. I think that's perfectly normal.
I've only seen ducks advise humanoids in a few realms. This is very strange. Not that I've seen more than one realm or anything. This is getting a little bit awkward.
Between you and me, though, I believe that if more humans took the Council of Ducks, this world would be a fairer place.
I think you're probably right, although give me a moment more to judge this world before I see any more.
Aye.
So you're not from around here?
Very fond of their tables, by the way. I should tell you that.
Tables?
Very fond.
Oh,
of
like tabs.
tables.
Do you mean like tabs?
Yeah,
Okay,
tabs.
I understand.
Yeah, tabs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're gonna fit in fine.
We should talk later. I
Sit
feel like
back
we've got
having
some
this-
things in common. I'm going to stand back to the
I
rest
think
of the
everyone's
table
just
and
been listening to the conversation.
Yeah.
He's just been whispering.
It's clear there's something,
not very like quietly either.
Can't quite put my finger on it, but something's up.
This has got to be the weirdest bunch of people I've ever met in a night.
I'll
Hell of a
probably
night,
lead
then.
into the nomad and be like, "You're definitely from O'Shea, right?" Just make sure you're from this plane.
Well, yes, this plane. Yes.
All right, I'm not convinced.
You just hear a booming voice. You hear this booming voice or laughter from a nearby table. Yes.
Does anyone have any honey and
We
lemon?
say- What do we say?
Looking over, it's the two that are sat at the table that were kind of unfazed by everything that's kind of gone on, that seemed to faze everybody
The
else.
board game
so
players.
much. Yeah. There's an enormous hulk of a man that is the man that's laughing, that dwarfs the chair that he's sat upon. Equal parts muscular, big-boned, and rotund. He has long, black, curly hair that falls out of unkempt, out of a sort of buccaneer hat. Between the mane of black hair protrudes a face with large, wide brown eyes, a long, wide, protruding nose, and a grinning smile to which almost half of the teeth are missing. He sits playing this strategic board game with this other figure opposite him. What looks like an extraordinarily tall and slender elven man, although his form is hard to absorb as he sits hunched over at the table wearing a long, baggy cloak. He has long golden hair that's pulled back into a ponytail that falls halfway down his back. His face is kind of warm, his skin is a kind of warm olive tone, but his face is painted with this bone white paint, and his lips painted with this dark blue paint that stretches his grinning smile all the way up his cheeks. And his eyes are outlined with this red and black paint that kind of goes up to his temples in a pattern. He has piercing blue eyes and facial structure that looks quite beautiful, really, but this clown-like makeup kind of twists and distorts those features in a manner that's slightly disturbing. The two seem to have kind of finished their game at this point and call over another couple of drinks.
The face, the face paint, would it look like it's to do with the festival or something he might wear all the time?
Do a
Have I seen similar face painting around?
Yeah, maybe just do a intelligence check or history.
History, yeah.
Yeah.
14.
Looks like it's not a very common sight, although it does look like it could be something to do with the festival that's happening. Sometimes there are like clowns and jesters who paint their faces for such events as entertainers. So it could be.
Well, and he's just won the game. Or looks like it.
It appears that the other guys won.
Oh, the other guy.
Mm.
He doesn't sound very happy, does he?
What you saying? We want to place some wagers on the next guy who's going to win? I'm putting 2 gold pieces on the hulking painted man.
I love you.
Do we what game is it? Do we know? Do we recognise it? Is it like a game we've seen before?
Do another history check.
I'll match that wager. And I put 2 of my best pebbles on the
2
table.
pebbles.
Natural 20. Didn't make the noise, but
Nice. Yeah.
Don't think I'm going to be able to match that.
Yeah. This is a game. This is a game called Hearts, which is it's a checkered board piece, much similar to like chess in our world. Slightly different rules, slightly different maneuvers, and different pieces. But the aim of the game is to create a certain alignment of pieces around the heart of the opponent.
yeah, I'll put 2 gold on the other guy then.
You want to wager? Well, I would, but I don't have any gold.
You should. I don't think anyone's put in their gold, but you guys should have gold.
I have.
think I put some in somewhere.
Oh, I see.
But you would
Hold on a
have.
sec.
You would have some gold,
Oh, I thought it
unless
was.
you want to not have gold.
Yeah, I
Of
think it
course.
makes sense that Mort doesn't have gold.
Well, yeah, same for Nomad. I don't
Yeah.
think he would really have any.
How much is beer is it, by the way? It's not like a gold a beer, is it? It's like a silver or a bronze or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Then that's fine.
silver.
Otherwise, I might still get angry about the tab.
That would probably be fair.
Is 10 gold a beer?
Yeah.
It's in gold of it.
Sorry,
But my friends, I do have a vial of
About
blood.
silver.
Maybe you would like to. It's a special vial.
Well,
Maybe
if
I
he's
could
putting a
punch it.
vial of blood, yeah.
I'll accept
I'm
that
going to
wager.
raise your
Choose
2
up.
pebbles, your vial of blood, and I'm going to put 5 gold pieces down on the big hulking fella with the painted face.
The big guy and the big guy's
Dan,
not the
I
one with the painted
apologize.
face. There's a tall, very tall
I
looking
thought-
guy with the face paint.
And there's the hulking
The
guy.
big guy's the one with
Yeah,
the
I'm just trying to basically bet on both of them,
Long
waiting for
black
anybody
hair.
else to pick up that I'm I'm getting it wrong, and then I can be like, "Hey, yeah, that's what I said. I said the man with the painted face, or the hulking man." No, I apologize.
No, Mort's not going to notice. He's just going to.
There. Okay, so the game continues on for a bit. I mean, these games can take a little while. So if there's anything you want to guys talk about, or do you want to just skip to the end of this game?
We would intently will turn our chairs
Watch
and just
it, yeah.
watch.
Don't say a word.
I really like how quickly you guys dropped the portal thing.
I haven't.
Made it
But it's-
much less awkward for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it's coming back.
You
We'll
just,
get out of
you just
here.
popped a pin in it, right?
that and the duck.
You can circle back
Definitely circle back.
at a later point.
It's
I
just a
believe
duck.
you.
It's just a normal duck.
So
Right.
yeah, the game kind of continues for a bit, and as it draws to a close, you hear the very tall, face painted elf saying, "You're far too sure of yourself." As he wins the game, the other guy just slams his hand down on the table.
Rubbish.
Face painted man wins. Whoever bet on them.
Now, I'm not really sure how this works.
I feel like you have
You
bet
bet
on them.
I bet on the
I
big
just
guy.
sort of got excited when people were putting things on the.
I feel like you
down.
only
so
bet
it's
as
just-
much as you bet. You know what I mean? You don't have to
I
pay
do.
for whatever else it was. Just whatever was in the pot. Whoever would guess right has to.
Yeah, because I
Take
really
it.
like those pebbles, to tell you the truth.
Oh,
Oh,
we can find you more pebbles, buddy.
We're at Jackson's now.
No, a
Tax.
bet's a bet.
So it looks like I won.
Oh, well,
So I kind of just pull everything to me on the table, inspecting these pebbles. The vial of blood's coming, but I'm gonna look across them more. What is so special about these pebbles? As I kind of like hold them up.
Oh well, if you look closely, like one's a bit shaped like a leaf, and the other one's a little bit shaped like a heart. A heart. How do you say heart in a northern accent?
heart,
Heart.
Heart,
Heart.
yeah,
Heart.
shaped like art.
They're
Well,
quite pretty, see?
that you are correct.
I'm just
Yeah.
leaning over as well, just looking at these stains.
Look at this, Drax. One of them.
But it's shaped like an animal.
Actually, I'm a dwarf. I've got advantages on rock-based questions. All right, so I want to have a
Slide
check
them
on
over
these.
to you.
I wanna-
It's like they are shaped like that, but the leaf-shaped one is essentially kind of still sort of like a circular one.
just
So
looking
And
they're
the
both
heart is
stone-shaped.
anatomical, so again, it's just kind of like an ovular, like vaguely oval shaped. Right, it's a rock, you know.
Yeah. They're definitely more
definitely a rock.
stone shaped.
Not the most ostentatious thing you've ever seen in your life, but more loves them.
so while this is going on, whatever this is, the
RockCon
bartender,
2020.
Robert, kind of comes over. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll all be closing up for the festival soon. There'll be more drinks over on the field. That's over on Honey's farm. You'd be more than welcome to come along. I don't know what you're in the area for, but it's going to be quite the festival.
I could do a festival.
Kind of scowl at the guy. Like he's cutting the drinks off.
Yes.
Jax.
Sounds fun.
There's more drinks over there. I like over
Yeah, but what
the field. If you just
yeah,
follow
what
the
about my
crowd,
drink from here to the festival? Like,
Is it quite-
my whistling gullet's gonna dry up by the time I arrive on that field. I'm gonna need something for the journey.
uh,
Hell
do a
yeah.
persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Go and get to one.
Gonna get persuaded.
Sure. As you've been such good customers today and brought so many drinks, I'll give you a
And don't
drink
forget about a
each
little
on the
bucket
house
of
to
bread
take
for the
with you.
duck.
He kind of goes over. Of course.
A bucket
Grabs
of bread.
Grabs like a
Just
little,
a little
he grabs
bucket
a little
of bread
bowl.
for the duck.
Do I get to keep the bowl?
Sure. Why not?
I look him dead in the eyes. Just thank you, sir. I'll not forget this.
Oh,
He kind of like looks back at you strangely and then just backs off to the kitchen. All right, everyone. It's time.
I think shit might go down at this festival. I'm not.
What
I'm
is it?
just saying.
What's
I
a
think
festival?
Shit might go down.
I'll march up to Robert then and be like, how much is this tab?
That'll be, I think.
We all just begin backing away.
6. No, 4 gold.
Oh, that's fine. I'll drop a 4 gold.
And can I ping
No,
a gold
right,
over to the barman?
2 gold. Sorry, 2
Oh.
gold.
2 gold, yeah, easy then. I'll drop 2 gold.
By the way, how much silver is in one? Well, equals to like 1 gold.
10.
Hmm.
10. Okay.
10 silver and a gold, 10 gold and a platinum, 10 copper and a silver.
In
10's all the way down.
in which case, can I sling the barman like 5 silver for being cool with us as a tip?
Not getting
Thank
upset
you.
with you. Portal.
Don't mention the
And
balls.
yeah,
Sort of wink.
and just sort of like forget what you saw. I was never here. You understand?
I wouldn't know how to explain it if I tried.
Excellent. I mean, wait, I'm gonna be Scottish. Not literally, but in voice.
Top notch.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, I'll be off to this festival you were talking about. What's a fest?
Enjoy. We might see you over there.
Aye. Is there fighting or
Not usually, no.
no?
No, not,
Nice.
a fight might break out, but I don't think so. Not an event like this. This is a
It's
sacred thing.
More of a sort of sacrifice sort of deal.
No, not
Oh, thank God.
sacrifice.
actually I'd probably be more of a welcome face at a sacrifice than a secret festive event. This could get a bit awkward.
I won't ask.
It's just
I won't ask why that is. But I think all people are welcome under the. I'm drifting.
I'm just gonna sort of like
All-
it's infectious,
You're
man.
infecting everybody.
Yeah.
Tab.
all people are welcome at the festival under the 7.
Okay, I'm just gonna like
You won't burn
look up at
anyone
my
away.
horns to kind of be like, the eyes are saying, is this going to be a problem? But I'm like,
Oh no, that's fine.
okay, right,
People know better than to judge someone by their horns.
or to fight someone with a tail.
Oh,
Don't know what
The
I'm
hornier
capable
the
of.
better, they used to say.
Aha!
yeah.
You sound like the kind of guy that frequents the same kind of brothels I do.
Oh, not for choice.
Don't know quite how to take that. Potentially offensively. I'm going to just walk through the door now.
Wait, more. You know what a brothel is, but not an inn.
There's certainly more of them.
Brothels
around
are
town.
universal, to be clear. Unless you're on some kind of magma planet.
Booze isn't.
I mean, there you could try, but it probably wouldn't end very well for
I
your
wanna see what a
end,
brothel-
actually. Yeah.
I want to see what a
doing that.
magma planet brothel looks like.
Be steamy.
All you need to know is it's pretty hot.
So,
He's trying to get us out of here.
if you don't mind,
Oh yes,
Oh,
sorry.
I don't want to miss the festival.
Drifted off there.
Here are your drinks.
We just get ferried out the door now.
And as we walk out, I'll squeeze up next to Jax and be like, I'm assuming, obviously, I'm going to pull him back, if anything, to make sure it's just me and him behind the rest of the group. And then just be like, I've got to talk to you about something later. Really whisper it. And I'm going to put my palm out so he can see the palm of my hand. And he will just see, for the first time in his life, in a way, purple mist in my hand. And then I'll
Really?
just nothing.
Here's me thinking
And then I'll
you
just
were
carry
gonna
on walking.
suggest ditching these weirdos and heading to the festival ourselves, but that looks interesting.
I certainly... I want to see where this
me
goes.
Too. Me too.
Plus, we can make
I
some
like
gold out
where
of
your
this.
mind is at. You haven't changed one bit.
Awesome.
I'm going to slap him on the ass and walk out.
That's neat.
That's changed.
Not for the characters, though. For them, it's very canon.
Nah, friendly.
Yeah, it's a friendly slap. Baseball.
Slap at.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
baseball locker room.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys head out onto the street, where are we? Yeah, you just see as you kind of make your way through to the kind of outskirts of the town where you were directed for the festival, you join into this procession of families, pilgrims, wanderers who have converged on this area to witness the event as they follow the same pathway out of town and towards Honey's farm. The smell of sweet pastries and candied apples, along with the sound of laughter, cheering, and children playing, allure you along the dusty path towards your destination. Lush plains of cattle and crops surround a working farmyard, marked by a large, red wooden barn. Caterers for the festival move in and out of the barn towards a nearby adjoining field that has been cleared out to host the event. The field is filled with stalls of fresh food, arts, crafts, and locally made clothing. Scattered around is entertainment. A male red tiefling dances in fire, occasionally taking a deep breath and breathing out different coloured flames, each one representing a different god of the seven. A group of priests and priestesses read scriptures and tell tales of the seven, whilst a group of children in costume acts them out. And a group of humans in matching blue suits with bowler hats play various instruments and sing songs of the seven, before a crowd who dance and sing along with joy. What do you guys do?
There's obviously hundreds
More
of people around.
sisters. Yeah.
Slowly walk behind the group then. I'm just going to keep my eye out for any rich-looking drunk people.
Okay.
What happened to pass any?
Do a perception check.
17.
Yeah, you see what looks like quite a wealthy couple looking at one of the stores. The one man looks to be kind of buying a piece of jewelry to the other man he's with, and they're kind of like hovering over the store and looking at the jewelry and holding it around his arm, and that they seem to be
Browsing.
Yeah. And they look fairly wealthy in their attire.
Language there, they like quite, are they quite sober?
You do notice them from the
giggling.
bar, and they look like they're a little bit like half cut.
That's fine. I'll be walking past them, yeah.
Hmm.
And then I will, I suppose I'll be talking loudly to Jax, just randomly, not really making much sense, but saying, yeah, we'll head over that way. And as I'm saying that, I'm just going to bump into the gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully knocking over anything he's holding. And then spin around and apologise by holding onto his hand and take any bracelets he's wearing at that precise moment in time off. And then wander off into the ground.
Okay. Do a deception check and a sleight of hand check. But do the deception check first to see how difficult the sleight of hand check is going to be. Okay. And then a sleight of hand check.
Wait, can you still steal something off to someone anonymously while saying, I'm sorry?
It's a sorry for bumping into him.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, and I'm walking off.
Sorry, my brain took it in a different direction, and I was just
23.
I just pictured you grabbing it.
Oh,
Lovely. So they you get the impression they don't quite buy the bump. There, he seems like he thought it was a little bit intentional, but you managed to just swipe something out from in there. You managed to swipe a coin pouch from his
Sweet. And I'll just walking off. I'll say sorry, and then I'll kind of merge back into the group. And then, if possible, if he's not paying attention, and I can see any bags on him, I want to drop it in Mort's pockets or bag.
Okay. Yeah, do you want to do a sleight of hands check to do that? See if he notices.
Oh, natural one for a 5.
You go to like drop the pouch of gold into his bag. He's not looking, but what you don't account for is this duck.
The fucking duck!
Leans over and just lets out a loud quack that alerts like the rest of the group.
Just put my hands up.
Oh. Do I see the thing?
You see him just like hold this pouch in his hand that he's about to try and drop in your bag.
Is that for me?
You said you didn't have gold.
Oh, I can't take that, sir.
Oh, that's fine then. I'll just pop it back into my pocket.
No, it's very nice of you, though.
I was just trying to move the evidence away from me for the time being.
I thought you were slapping my duck. When you got that mosquito.
You notice like people's heads as you're walking through. You notice people's heads begin to turn, and for a moment you think they're looking at you guys. They all seem to kind of turn in almost reverence, and for a moment you guys think they're looking at you, when actually you see someone point behind you. Machina! Here! At the festival!
Who?
You just hear this word, Machina. Do a
Oh god.
Arcana, history check. I'll tell you a bit about them regardless, but
Well, all of us.
anyone
All of us,
wants to.
What was it? History?
History or Arcana?
Yeah, except for probably. Probably not Tanith.
Okay.
More I will allow if you want, but it's unlikely you would have heard of this, so you
Yeah,
have
I've
a
got
lot
a
higher
minus
roll to
one.
beat.
I've got a -1 on both of them, so I think the chances are.
Come on, dice. 15.
So Machina are a race from your from Eden of it's quite a broad term. It's a sort of machine race, a race of kind of automatons. Usually, like when referring to Machina, people are referring to the this type, which is a very kind of humanoid in appearance. In fact, I'll describe these guys and then I'll go back to a little bit more about them. So, yeah, a group of metallic, humanoid-looking figures walk through, each wearing a set of humble white and brown monk or priest-like robes that drape around their forms. The figure at the front is tall and broad in stature, their body the most immaculate of design, of this old goldish coloured metal that forms a human-shaped exoskeleton with mechanical joints and systems that are guarded by plates of metal. The front of the torso is protected by plates that are bent into what looks like a rib cage. The head is almost bird-like in the way that the metal protrudes forward into a sort of flattened beak with a broad jawline underneath. Two slits in the head leave black holes that two yellow circles with black centres sit like eyes. Behind him there are two slightly smaller forms, similar in build, but one is of a weathered silvery kind of coloration with a slightly wider body, who wears a hood up and has blue eyes. The other is a more wiry in form, their head more like a human skull, with a long thin jaw and black cables that hang down from the back of their head that resemble hair.
Sick.
And they just kind of make their way in. They're kind of making their way through, and people are just kind of turning and like gasping, or it's an air of excitement. And what you know about Machina, all three of you, I guess, but Drax, I guess, particularly maybe has met more or come into contact with them more. Is there they're quite revered as like quite sacred race. The machines are said to be a gift of the Seven. Unlike in our world as players, where machines are kind of, we may know where they're made and we make them as people. Here they are self-replicating, and they're not crafted. They're sometimes fixed or adjusted by people, but they are
Modded, yeah.
Yeah, like repaired and things by people. But they've been around for aeons, and their true origin is pretty fleeting. It's not common knowledge. Yeah.
How many?
There's just a general air of like respect and excitement. You see people kind of there's like where the music is playing, there's people who kind of stand up and like offer to give their seats to them. There's three of them.
Three of them.
Yeah.
Well, and people are giving their seats up for them.
And you see as they like, as these people offer. Yeah, you see as people like offer them their seats.
Like in fear,
kind of just,
or
like,
out of respect?
It's fine. Please. Respect, like a real reverence for them, and like please,
Yeah.
thing. I see. Not they don't seem scared of them. They're just perhaps excited to see them, and also just very. This is like a sacred experience, and a rare thing to meet for people out in this rural kind of environment. But they refuse to take seats, and they like encourage people to continue singing.
Can I kind of whisper
Ready,
to you
heavy.
guys and just be like, does anyone know what's Up with the robots? But like, it's quite.
I wouldn't call them robots. There's a big difference.
So,
Robots. Don't call them robots.
Mechanical men.
It'd be like us. It'd be like one of them calling you a demon.
I mean, rude, but. I understand.
the sun is setting at this point. Well, the sun has set at this point. It's kind of early evening, and the festivity is in full flow. You see looking around. You see a group of royal guards in gold and silver plated armor with white shawls embroidered with the symbol of two hands, with one palm face down and the other palm faced upwards.
Yeah.
Between them, you see a familiar figure who towers over them. The impossibly tall, handsome elf with the clown-like makeup and long blonde hair from the tavern. No longer wearing his cloak, you can see now that he's not quite as wiry as expected. His body would seem broad and strong if he were not so tall and stretched out. He wears an expensive-looking royal red satin suit with a white ruffled shirt beneath, half unbuttoned to reveal part of his chest. He surveys the area, keenly waving his hand in the air occasionally as he seemingly commands a quill and notepad that hover magically in the air next to him. A child with dark blue hair and large green eyes wanders towards him, carrying a bunch of flowers. She looks up at him in awe. Her eyes are wide with amazement and he looks down at her. His mouth straightened in a serious juxtaposition to the makeup he wears that twists it into a permanent smile. The girl lifts a flower up from a bunch and holds it out to him. His head twists a little, and he crouches down, still towering over her, and even crouched, but slightly more level and eye to eye to her. And he takes the flower from her hand, plucks off a petal, and places it in her hand and closes her hand shut as he tucks the flower behind his ear. He reaches out as though he's about to tap her on the hand, but then quickly lifts it and squeezes her nose and makes a beep sound. He nods for her to open her hand, and she does. And in her hand you see a small piece of platinum. Don't let anybody take it. Run along now. He just kind of stands up and puts the flower behind his ear. Kind of continues off along into the festival with the 4 guards around him.
Did you just make a platinum appear in her hand? Did we witness that? Could we see that from where we stood?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go rob a child. No, I'm not.
We need to find out what type of flower that is.
You actually see the girl she's taken another one of the flowers out and she's like pulls a petal off and puts it in her hand and then goes beep and then opens it. It's still a petal. She tries it again. See her just trying to master the trick before running off to where we would assume are her parents and not just 2 random strangers.
Did it seem magical? Or was it like sleight of hand stuff?
Do a perception check.
It was smooth.
In
It was pretty
hindsight.
smooth.
Insight, you say?
No, in hindsight.
In hindsight.
It's not happening now, but
Yeah, yeah, sorry. I should be a bit quicker with it. Perception.
if it was
14.
a sleight of hand thing, it was very well hidden.
Better than me.
It could well have been magic. but if it was sleight of hand, then it was very quick.
And just to be 100%, there is no, as far as we're aware, plants that just drop platinum in this world.
We're going to get into the flower business.
The flower business. We need to get into the flower business, yeah.
Do a nature check if you want.
Nah, no, I know it's not.
Not in this world, no.
So, what are you guys doing? Is there anything you want to explore in the festival? Or?
Well, yeah, because I'm assuming like the cups we have in our hands are starting to get a little bit empty. Where's the drinks being served at in this festival?
There are a couple like stores set up that are like kind of passing out drinks. It seems like local
Just passing out
breweries
drinks.
and stuff. Yeah, have kind of brought
Such
drinks.
poor
To,
business model.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of like hold my arms out and kind of like, usher the party in that direction. There's free drinks over there, people. Come on. yeah.
I come pretty willingly for this.
Just hold on,
Yeah.
right, is that way?
It's free.
Hey, why not?
And the guys handed them out. I'm like, these like testers, like free.
No, this is these are free. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
We-
Well,
with not testers per se. We just
hand out
donating
drinks
them
for
to the
free.
festival.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll be damned. How ever so generous of you. And I'm just gonna take like 2 off of his tray. There's no
Septem
limit
Noctis. She kind of
to
like
the
raised
septum. Raise my glass to whoever he's toasting. Yeah, whatever, fella.
This is the celestial event that's happening tonight, which
For the
you would
the
be
seven
very
gods.
aware of, or very you would. It would be something that you would know quite well. Everyone, in fact, except perhaps Tanith more.
Well, everyone who's got a
The other
drink,
three.
hold my cup up. 2 to 7.
To the 7.
2 to 7.
Just hear a couple of other voices around.
Yes.
seven what? It's all seven. That's very South Park.
Yeah,
Do you
what
really not
other...
know the 7?
No.
You look at Tanith.
No. Seriously though. 7 what?
I mean, is it clear out?
Little
Is the sky
dwarves.
clear?
Yeah.
Horse.
So I would just be able to point up, wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm.
7
I'd be like-
draxes.
I'd be like the 7. Just pointing straight at the stars.
I'm just gonna look
You
up and be
can't,
like,
the stars haven't appeared yet.
Oh no, you said okay,
I
yeah.
see.
so it's just like a blank night sky still.
Hmm.
It's like early evening, I forgot, isn't it?
That's
But yeah, there's just the full
I see.
moon. It's a large, like, full moon. Comparatively to, again, our world, the moon is significantly closer and bigger, well, and therefore visually bigger.
Humongous.
And yeah, and it's a fairly starry night, although the 7 stars haven't appeared yet.
And internally thinking, just so I
Sweet.
can start piecing stuff together. Am I aware that, like, as far as I'm concerned, the whole world knows of the 7?
Yeah.
But I know that there's areas that don't know about the 7.
You'd know that there probably are places in the world where they don't, but they would be very, like, remote places. Even then, like, who knows? It's like, nowhere that you know about wouldn't know about the 7.
Would people
Oh.
in and around kind of gather that Nomad doesn't really isn't this the same type of worshipper that they might be.
Unless you're very overt with it.
Okay.
There's no... People would probably just assume that you are,
Oh, okay.
unless you were particularly overt about not being a worshipper of the Tavern. They would just assume that you were. So, Hey?
So Tanith, if I say be kind, be pure, take less, work hard, you can't finish it.
Work soft? No.
You're really not from here, are you?
No. I don't know how to answer that question without potentially landing myself in a whole load of trouble. I do have a question for you though. You see that guy over there in the red? And I'm like pointing to like the tiefling guy who's like kind of dancing around in the middle of the ceremony thing. It's like, how often do you see people like that? Kind of like me.
I mean, fair. Why have I been kicked out of Foundry? Fairly?
I've reset it
Ah,
because the music wasn't working. I'm just loading it back up now. So
I mean, we.
hey, you should be able to join again now.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Yeah. How often do you see little demony dudes? What's that? That's a question.
Tieflings are here and there.
Yeah, certainly not
They're-
uncommon.
They're
Okay.
more common than those things, and I pointed the Mechana.
Right. Cool. I'm on the right track. Great. No more questions except from what are
Do you want me
those
to-
mechanical men?
Do you want me to introduce you to him?
Hells
And
yeah.
I'll just start walking over to the dancer.
In the middle of the ceremony.
He's just kind of like, he sees you coming over. He's just like, with purpose, he's like, doing something, kind of doing something.
Just stand across my arms.
Just tossing these like fire sticks around, and
I'll patiently wait for him to finish his dance if anyone's doing anything else.
he takes a break after another kind of 10 minutes or so.
It's a long
Yeah,
10
that's cool.
minutes, isn't it?
Oh,
I'll be
he's,
stood at the other side of a pint when he does. Sort of like. Yeah. Cool. Happy days.
who can I help you?
Hello, friend. My friend like you is rather interested in you, and I need more answers. So can you come with me and help me out?
Right, well, I'm kind of doing something here.
I'll just put a gold in his hand.
Okay, why not? I'll be back in 5, guys. What exactly is it you want me to do?
Just speak with her,
Okay.
and then I'll march over with him and be like, Tanith, this is. And then I'm just gonna look at this guy.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Insert name here.
Eros.
Tanith.
Nice to meet you, Tanith.
Nice to meet you too. I'm gonna say hard not to go Irish now. It's so confusing when you're trying to be Scottish.
I was thinking the same thing about doing Irish with your Scottish. I was like, fuck, this is gonna
This is gonna be a
tangle
fun.
up. Be fine. One of us will be Scottish and one of us will be Irish by the end of it.
And both of us will be offending everybody in both of his countries. We apologise. Oh.
So,
Cool.
how can I help you?
I was gonna like look over at these guys all suspiciously because I'm assuming that they're all sort of leaning in to figure out
I'm
what.
stood right next to him, waiting for your answer.
Just arms crossed, like I'm here for the ride now. Like, I was gonna sigh and sort of shake my head and just be like, okay, like I'm looking for my dad.
Okay.
Not necessarily just him. I'm just.
I think I'm a bit young.
I have issues. And you will too. No. Tabitha didn't say that. But she thought about it. She thought about it. No. Alright, no. Not quite so bad as that. Okay. I was just going to say to okay. Whereabouts can I find, like, do you know any, do you know, no, oh god, I literally can't, I'm going like not Scottish sentence, I'm like, no. Okay, do you know where I can find, I don't know, some more people like you? Because I'm looking for somebody in particular who may or may not be a father figure to me.
Or you're being kind of vague.
Just are there gatherings of like
Do you,
mostly people like us, rather than whatever this is with your mechanical friends? I'm whispering mechanical friends because I'm scared. I don't know what the deal is. I've had a lot of troubles because I didn't know what the deal was. So I'm trying not to offend the mechanical friends.
It's alright. I don't know them though. But there's plenty of tieflings around. There's not particularly any fucking hell, I'm gonna
Any
start.
that are particularly kind of religious and perhaps awful?
Oh.
What I'm asking is, where are the worst of you?
Question.
Or do you just stay away from them? That's okay. So everyone's nice here, and I've come to yet another place where nobody's a religious fanatic. And then I just realised that I've started ranting and sort of like piped down and stopped giving away random things.
I think what you might be looking for is maybe looking in we're looking in a city. I just travel about from place to place. I don't know many of I mean, I meet other tieflings all the time, but I don't know any particularly like gatherings of them. I don't even know my own family, so helping you find yours is probably not. I'm probably not the best one suited for the job, I'm afraid.
Okay. Wait, Irish again.
That's so fucking hard.
Why? They clash their
These
hearts.
two accents just, yeah.
It's because they're kind of close, but not. It's so weird.
Anytime from now on when we come across an Irish person, we're going to be pushing Tanith forward.
We're going to be really good at this by the we're going to be really good at this by the end of the campaign.
Oh yeah, we'll get skills. Okay. In that case, you're not a sorcerer or anything useful to me, are you? You're just a fire dancer. No need to like disparage your work or anything. I mean, like,
No.
can you do magic outside of the juggling?
Not really.
Okay.
Just,
I mean, your usefulness is going down.
I'm just an entertainer.
Thank you for your time, and I'm sorry for
I
the
couldn't help
confusion.
you more.
It's alright.
Yeah, you confuse me.
Good.
Good, so
Keep
much
it that
I
way.
can't talk in my own accent anymore.
Tanith just turns and like picks up like a couple of beers off of the free beer table and just hands them to the dancer, and sort of like gives him a wink and pushes him away.
The drink set is like,
I'll just say,
right, there it is. back up.
yeah, thanks, mate.
There's
That was
my
awkwardly
voice.
fun.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to
Just
see
gotta-
if there's any kind of like elder council of like tiefling people, so I can maybe go and have a little shout at them. But
Well, that's the first tiefling we found, so if we keep asking them all,
Epic. Cool.
I hope that
I like the
all
energy.
They're all Irish.
They're all Irish.
All of them. But when you meet a Scottish one, that's how you know it's your dad.
Well, no, I don't expect him to be here, but I do expect. Wait, why am I getting Scottish? I'm explaining. Oh wait, it's because we're talking. Oh, the confusion in my brain now because of the Irishness. Yes, they're talking. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
No, I don't expect my dad to be here, but I do expect somebody to be around who's gonna look at me as some kind of an abomination, and I'd like to have a chat with them because they're the sort of people that will know the things that I need to find out. You know, it's always the way.
So you're just bouncing into pubs looking for your dad.
Or anybody who seems like overly disgusted to see me. Those are the people I like to question.
You guys
Ask
hear
Jenny.
you guys hear a gasp from a nearby crowd of people as everyone around you's eyes seem to be drawn to the sky. The faint glow of 7 stars begins to emerge through the dark night sky, scattered around the full moon. 7 stars of 7 different colours: white, yellow, violet, red, green, blue, and pink, each representing a different god. As the light grows brighter, the people around grow quieter, and an intense yet harmonious feeling is evoked in each of you. Under the watchful eyes of the gods themselves, there is an overwhelming sense of community, connection, and divinity. Each star reaches a point of brightness and holds it for a moment before a voice from the crowd begins to speak. An elderly man in priestly garbs. We stand under the watchful eye of the 7, bathed in holy radiance. Each of us have our own relationships with the gods, and we feel them in all we do. But it is on this day, every 4 years, that we look up to the sky and see them. Clear as the sun. We are reminded of our place in this world. Humbled by their radiance, we are reminded of our duty to one another, and all under sky. Be kind. And others start to join in and say the words along with him. Be pure.
I had it. Where is it?
Take less. Give more. Work hard. Have patience. Be humble.
Be humble.
And they repeat this. Be kind. Be pure. Take less. Give more. Work hard. Have patience. Be humble. This kind of chant just kind of is repeated amongst the crowd. As they're repeating this, you notice a few voices stop repeating and whisper to one another, pointing at the sky. The red star of the 7 begins to grow brighter and brighter. They hear us! The priest yells before continuing the mantra, emboldened by the seeming reaction of the stars to their words. The other stars too begin to glow brighter and brighter. The sky is filled with conflux of bright lights. Yeah. The other stars too begin to grow brighter and brighter as the sky is filled with a conflux of bright lights that get to the point of being almost unbearable to look at, but you stay transfixed in absolute awe of the phenomenon. Brighter and brighter, more and more intense, this feeling of connection grows to the people around you, the grass at your feet, trees that form the nearby woods and the creatures that sit in them. Like a network of spiritual and neural pathways runs through each of your bodies, joining harmonic confluence into an endless ocean of oneness. It's hard to tell where one being begins and another one ends. But it all ends with the sound of an explosion and shattering of glass that rings in your head. Once. Twice, 3 times. The light of the stars above begins to fracture and fade from the sky, and screams begin to permeate the connective experience. 4 times. 5, 6, 7. The night sky now visible. As the light fades where the stars once sat in the sky, now a shower of fainter lights appear to diverge from their previous position, arcing out in all directions, getting slowly brighter and brighter as you stare at them. The festival around you has fallen into chaos. There are screams. People don't know what to do with themselves. People have passed out from the experience. What are you doing?
Yay!
So this isn't normal. Like, this isn't normal.
That was beautiful.
The
No, not normal
stars usually stay in the sky. They get a bit brighter, and then they fade out.
I mean, I think I'll just look at Jax at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, because we've seen this before, haven't we?
We're not like this though.
You've seen this event,
Yeah, but not like this.
This outcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You felt
I-
that connective feeling at these things before, but not quite that, like nowhere near that intense.
I don't know if
Sorry.
Nomad would know if this is normal, as this is his first time seeing this as well. So
You would have witnessed it probably. You can see it anywhere.
anywhere. Oh, okay,
Whether it
I
had
see.
any importance to you or anything. It's
Okay.
different, but
I'm assuming
seen
we've
it,
gone to
probably
loads of these
felt
as
it.
kids.
Yeah, we've been to a
Could we
fair
look
few.
around to see if there's anyone?
Can I roll to see if I can
What?
tell that these guys are unnerved by this? Because
Yeah,
I have no
that's-
context as well.
yeah,
'cause-
I mean, is anyone
Yeah.
hiding that they're unnerved?
I mean, I'm not unnerved. I mean, I think Drax would be looking around trying to work out what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't notice yet, but Drax isn't necessarily the most religious person anyway. So it's more like he's here for the beer and the party.
I mean, I've picked up on some of these vibes.
Yeah, but there's something still weird. Like, this is not
Nonetheless,
normal.
this is
Yeah.
probably one of the
Odder things
craziest
to go
things
down.
you've ever heard of, let alone witnessed.
What about that? I'm gonna just glance around. Where are the mechaners and where's the
Where's
two?
that elf?
Yeah, where's that
that
face
cool
painting
guy?
dude? Where's clown face?
He's clown face.
I know.
He's kind of like leant back against a wall, like observing the sky, and he's like writing something. He's bent.
Does he look worried about it, or is he seeming like,
Do an insight check.
yeah?
I think Mort's just starting to realise that this isn't quite right.
Oh, well, that didn't go as well as the last time.
It's hard
Anyone
to
else?
tell. He's not a very. He's quite with the guise of the makeup and the clown-like persona. It's hard to tell what's really going on behind his eyes.
So he could be flustered.
Does the
he
duck
could be-
seem unfazed?
He does seem to be
That's a good question.
laughing,
Okay.
but it's not so obvious as to why, and it's not like it doesn't seem like a maniacal or
Like an evil laugh.
yeah, it's
in
not
any
like
way.
kind of thing. It's just kind of
More
like,
of a like tee hee hee.
yeah, perhaps in shock, perhaps in like it's hard to tell why, but it just seems to have a little kind of chuckle.
Can I skip over towards him?
Yeah, although as you approach him, the guards like spears come down like in front of you.
Can I laugh?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm gonna make you roll to laugh.
Well, to see how offended it makes them.
He just kind of tilts his head at you.
I'm just gonna laugh and sort of go, oh.
Shouldn't
Sorry.
you be running around and screaming?
Okay, yeah, he didn't have to laugh maniacal if that's what he's gonna fucking say.
Right? I'll keep it. I feel I was gonna. Can I turn back to these guys and go? I think he's a bit sinister.
Sinister. How so?
Wait, is this
I'm merely
this
pointing out
guards
what
asking?
everyone else is. I'm merely pointing out what everyone else is doing.
Is
Aye,
this
but
part
in-
of it?
I mean,
Part of what?
This is
The
not normal.
celebrations and that.
for you,
I
it
would-
seems.
I wouldn't say this was planned, although perhaps it was.
Oh.
Eh?
Wait. So it wasn't planned by you, guys? You're
How
saying
would-
you're not involved? Is that it?
Dear,
Mort's gonna shake his head and walk off. He doesn't get. He
I am a
doesn't understand what's
jester.
happening.
how would you suppose someone as lowly as I can shatter the sky?
Oh, he rhymes and everything.
You may make some poetic points, sir, but I'm just saying you're
like
being
it.
a bit suspiciously nonchalant about what's going on, while
He
everybody else seems to be quite worried.
He seems quite fancy.
It's just an
I don't know.
observation.
Maybe he just sees.
I'm here
sees
to
the,
observe.
the
Right,
fun
right.
in it, or the humor, or something.
Because he's a jester. So you're just really good
Yeah.
at your job. Oh, self-doubt
Okay.
in a performer. Never hear that.
I've worked my way up.
Cool. Alright, well, sorry for bothering you. I like your face paint and stuff. If you want to get a beer sometime, we're around.
Perhaps I'll see you then.
Cool. I'm gonna come back over to these guys and be like, I think you might be alright, actually. Go on, you
Can we
friend.
have a little? Can we have a little huddle?
Sure.
Before we huddle, what's just with if I can just see him? What's the priest doing? The one who was talking, doing the mantra.
Oh, he's dead.
He's on his. He's whoa. he's currently on his knees, with his hands out, looking up to the sky,
Not looking scared, looking
looking
excited.
terrified.
Oh god.
Terrified, like, oops, I just unlocked something that I shouldn't have done, or
Do an
Like,
insight check.
oops, this is out of my hands.
Some blasphemy.
Oops, I did it again.
Oops, I... Oh, that would be amazing if this guy just broke into Brittany on the beach. He'd be like, wait, what's happening?
He looks. You get a fairly good read on him. He just looks terrified, as in, why is this happening?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Like he's
Okay.
just seen. Like he's
Not
just seen the moon
why
explode.
So
Like,
thus far,
well,
it's looking like
yeah, the
nobody
stars,
is...
not the
But
moon
like the
hasn't.
equivalent,
Directly
like,
at fault.
Yeah,
sort of-
yeah.
And
something
chaos
just
as well around us.
exploded in the sky, and it's kind of freaky.
The Mechana are still there, right?
There. Yeah. Do you want to do a perception check?
Sure.
I mean, it's really tempting just to shout out, the world is ending, and just see what everybody's fucking reaction's gonna be.
The world is nigh.
The end is nigh. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you have to scan around a little bit for them, but you do see them. They are like, they seem to just be like stood, like, kind of like all three of them, like looking up to the sky and like talking to one another.
Do they seem scared at all, like the priest?
It's hard to tell with them. Perhaps a little more relaxed in body language than like, but whether that's because they are, whether that's just because how they present, it's hard to tell. They're not like running around panicked and screaming. They're like, and they're holding a conversation, but they are still like looking up at the sky. Like they're not just completely. They're not people watching like the clown was. They're. I mean, he's also paying attention to this guy, but he's also like watching the people as well.
What does this mean? What does this mean?
I have no idea.
Does that
No
mean the
idea at
gods
all.
are dead?
Goats.
I can't answer.
You,
sorry, mate.
this is a
very strange.
difficult day.
And the chaos is just chaos. There's not random things now attacking people or people attacking each other. It's just people running around.
No, like just people freaking out.
Yeah.
Has the looting started yet?
There's no looting going on, no.
Okay.
There's
Did you want to kick it off?
as you
It sounds that way, doesn't it?
you see like someone close by just point back up into the sky, and as you look up, it looks as though the star fragments are getting closer. In the distance now, as you look around, you can see fragments of shattered stars enter the atmosphere before they crash to the ground in different locations around the area. Suddenly, above you, you hear this scorching sound coming through the atmosphere. Looking up,
Level 12 meteor strike.
you almost have to avert your eyes from the blinding blue ball of flames that comes hurtling in your direction. Parts of the incoming star fragment begin to break off as it comes crashing through the sky, shooting off, and the other pieces kind of shoot off in different directions as a smaller piece comes crashing down before you. As it gets closer, you can see you're not on its direct course as it comes crashing down into a nearby forest.
That hits the ground?
Yeah.
I think I just don't know my mouth open at the moment.
Yeah, I
Have
would
you ever seen
also
anything fall from space?
Okay.
I don't think I've ever witnessed anything fall from
Probably
space.
not.
Very confused.
Was there explosion? Or did it just hit the ground and that was it?
There was a quake.
Like a flashlight?
It wasn't.
Flash blue light.
It was quite a small piece. It just like kind of shattered in the atmosphere. It presumably had already shattered and lost a lot of like its structure whatever happened to it before. But by the point that this piece had reached there, it was quite small. It was quite a small sliver. You would have heard it in the nearby woods.
In this tiny little bit of chaos, and I'm going to tap Jax on the shoulder and just say, "Be right back." And I'm going to sneak and try to sneak as close as I can to those robots to listen to them. Robots. That's bloody Tash. Machina.
As you go towards the Machina, you see them look to one another before like beelining straight to the woods. Towards the church side.
Well, that's what I was hoping they were going to talk about. All right. So I would just then run straight back to the group and be like, "We need to go."
Yes, let's follow.
What, follow them
Yep.
to there. Where it's
They
all
wanna find out what-
fiery.
They want to find a god.
You
Oh,
never
I
heard of
see.
the saying
No,
curiosity
thinking-
killed the
I
cat?
need to tell the truth.
Well, everywhere you go, they're talking about their gods, and I'd quite like to finally see one. Let's go.
I would certainly like to see what fell to the ground.
Me too.
I don't want to go there. I don't. Fine, we're going.
Well. What was the duck called again?
Oh, I actually looked this up. It's not Taka, it's Laka. Laka.
Lacquer.
Or
Laka duck.
Lackey. You know.
Quacky lackey.
Quacky
Wacky
Lackey.
lackey.
She don't like that though, to tell
Ah.
the truth.
Okay.
So you
Keep that
guys
to a minimum then.
are making your way to the woods.
Yeah, I think I'll,
How's the
if everyone comes, then yeah, I'd drag them to chase those guys down.
You kind of cross the field and into the side of the woods. The woods are unnervingly quiet. The ancient trees barely rustle in the faint wind that passed between them. Not a bird nor beast makes even a peep as you make your way following this blue glow. The air gets colder as you approach the crash site. as a faint mist seems to emanate from its location. The trees, after you've travelled for a little while, the trees begin to part into a clearing where a slight crater in the ground stands, a large crystal embedded into the surface, pulsing with this blue energy. The ground around it is covered in flowers of all colours and species that were not elsewhere in the forest. Some of the more immediate trees to the crystal look withered as though it were the middle of the winter, but others in the area look like as if they're in full bloom. Stood around the crystal, you see figures in the mist. They seem to gently sway from side to side. What are you doing?
We make out how many figures is it?
Do a perception check.
Sorry, Fudge. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
All do a perception check.
23.
Anyone who wants to.
Oh, Lord.
Equally, time.
Really distracted at those flowers.
Right?
Just
They're so
activate
pretty.
the map.
Beautiful.
They're definitely going to turn into platinum when put in your hand.
What did you get?
I got 23.
Okay, so Nomad and
Sorry.
Drax, you can just about make out the familiar figures you see: a taller, broader form, slightly shorter and wider form, and then a shorter than the tallest, with a more wiry frame. And you recognize the outline of these forms as the Machina.
Oh.
Well, it seems like they've got everything under control here, so head back to the tavern. Finish this night off.
Are they? Do they appear to be looking at it,
Head on down to the
like
winches.
staring at it?
You can't really see.
So we're going for a closer look.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It could be interesting.
I hear you. You hear a voice from the mist.
Oh.
In front of behind us.
I hear the whole forest, and those within it.
Eh?
Two glowing blue eyes appear in the mist as a figure slowly strides out. One of the Machina from earlier. His once yellow eyes now glow blue. You see little surges of blue light arc down his mechanical form as he swings both arms out, holding long curved blades in each hand.
Oh damn!
His head tilts on a pivot. Takes another step closer. The two others come out behind him. Do you hear it too? Do you feel it?
I mean, do we? Do we hear or feel anything?
I mean, creeped out, aye.
I mean, it's weird. It's silent.
Unusual.
Can I do a sort of... How do I feel? Trying to get in touch with nature.
Do an inner perception check.
Can I insight check myself? How do I feel?
Yeah, exactly. This is how you therapize yourself in D&D.
Can Mort tell if this is a healthy forest or what's happening?
Yeah, do a nature check.
This time I'll probably look at Jax and go, I think you're alright.
I'll give you the
slowly
flowers
back into the shadows.
I'll give you that the flowers that are here are not. Don't look like they should be blooming at this time of year, at least. It's odd. It's an odd environment. But
Mighty odd.
not.
The machine men, they're probably a little bit more troubling though, aren't they?
The whole persona's obviously changed. The way they're walking, the way they look.
There's still a calmness to them, but there's something different. There's something that feels different and colder. And the fact that he's brandishing weapons.
Do they seem like they're being controlled in that sense? When you're saying they're a
Give
bit.
an insight check or an arcana check.
I think I'm gonna slowly.
Yeah, could I jump on that
If
as
they're
well?
approaching, I'm gonna sort of slowly edge a little backward.
First D&D I've played with like no magic, so I can't even be like, how does magic feel?
How does magic feel? It's hard to tell. If we're being
Okay.
controlled.
That seems about right. Unless you like when you it's like you roll a natural 20 and you're just like on a hillside nearby you see a guy with a remote control.
And then he goes, "Ooh!" and hides behind a bush.
Yeah. That would be so cute. Oh, beautiful.
So how are we all stood at the moment? Are we stood in like a little group?
I mean, I've backed
It's not
into the
alive.
shadows and broken like the. I'm assuming there's trees I could stand behind that aren't making me in direct light. And as I see more kind of like slowly backing up, I would have kind of like tried to get your attention and been like, psst, you know, over here. Let's get out of the fucking firing line, my friend.
Actually, I think I'd probably start moving slowly to the left.
There's no escape.
Ready.
What's coming?
I'm going to shout back like, who are you people?
That is a question you might ask yourself.
What?
We already
What
know
has
who he
happened
is.
You are not what you think you are.
Oh.
A wave is coming.
Oh.
And he is going to launch into attack, and that's where we'll end it.
Hey. That's gonna be cool for next week. To
Yeah,
start.
it's cool to start with a fight.
Yeah. It's always fun.
That's going to be sick as fuck.
Awesome.
Nicely done.
Cool.
He sounds
It's
dangerous.
not how I thought a first session would go. That was, yeah.
Set the scene.
Off the
That's awesome.
rails.
Fucking the stars have fallen out the sky.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't
Yeah.
it?